Oh, by the way, we were able to procure some live audio of Joe Biden at the climate conference. There you go. That's the president. That's the president. Hey, listen. At least he's not pooping his pants. That's all. The bad news is he fell asleep at the conference. The good news is he wasn't pooping his pants. Although he may have been. Actually, I don't know. I can't even claim that as a true statement. This is a video from Sky News Australia, and I want to play this for you because Joe Biden's big thing was, you may remember, whenever he traveled abroad, which is where he is now, he is abroad. Whenever he travels abroad, he always likes to talk about how all the world leaders say, Joe, tell us, is America back? And he's always like, we're back. America's back. And he always says, my message for the world is America's back. And he always talks about restoring dignity and honor to the United States of America and how our enemies look at us with respect again, and the rest of the world respects us again, because apparently they didn't respect us during the Donald Trump administration. Well, this is Sky News Australia, which is a foreign country. It's not the United States of America. These are Sky News journalists, and they are reporting on Joe Biden. I would like to play this for you because Joe Biden claims that the rest of the world respects us again. Listen carefully.
Welcome back to the Friday Showdown, and let's dive into this week's edition of What in God's Name is Joe Biden trying to say?
Okay, so we have a similar game here. We just call it, playing clips of Joe Biden. But they have a segment now on Sky News called What in God's Name is Joe Biden trying to say? And you can hear there's even a dude laughing in the background. So even before they get to the clips, they're laughing about the president of the United States. But, folks, it's okay. America's back.
Know the old expression, time is money. As one computer said, if you're on the train and they say Portal Bridge, you know you better make other plans.
Okay, back to the studio.
Let's go over what he just said there. Let's just not ignore that. Let's go over it. As one computer said, if you're on the train and they say Portal Bridge, you know you better make other plans. I've got nothing. Okay, let's leave that to one side and see what else the president said this week.
Okay, so there we go. They've got multiple clips, because when you're dealing with Joe Biden in public appearances, there's multiple clips that you can make fun of. But again, listen to how they treat the president of the United States, the commander-in-chief of the most powerful military in the world, the guy who's basically in charge of the entire globe. This is Sky News Australia. And they are openly making fun of Joe Biden, laughing at him, saying he's incoherent. But the rest of the world respects us again, according to Joe Biden. America is back.
In fact, we're taking a page from Terry's book when he was governor and when he'd be governor next time. We're emerging from this pandemic. We want to expand pre-K for 3 and 4-year-olds, millions of pre-K students.
Our hats off, by the way, to whoever's working at Sky News Australia for picking the clips. They're picking some of my faves.
This man needs a retirement home and a warm bowl of soup.
Yeah, this is a news broadcast that is claiming the president of the United States, and they're not the only ones. A lot of us around here feel the same way. He needs a retirement home and a warm bowl of soup, which is how you treat the elderly in Australia and also the rest of the world.
When he's not making a fool of himself misreading auto cues, Biden is making utterly incomprehensible decisions that further weaken the US. Today we learned that the Biden administration is planning to offer around $450,000 a person in compensation to illegal immigrants separated after crossing the border illegally.
This is, again, the international media reporting from Australia about how Joe Biden not only speaks gibberish, his body doesn't respond, his mouth is incapable of making complete sentences that anyone can understand, but also his mind is shot because these decisions he and his staff are making are incomprehensible. You leave the southern border wide open, and then you offer to pay people who are separated by Donald Trump $450,000 apiece for breaking the law. It doesn't make sense to the Australians. Now, again, I understand they don't have a border crisis. That's one of the luxuries when your entire country is surrounded on all sides by water. I kind of wish ours were. It would definitely make the border crossing a lot more difficult for a lot of people. But, you know, if I had my druthers. So there they are, making fun of Joe Biden, making fun of his statements, making fun of his old age, making fun of his mannerisms, making fun of his decisions, making fun of his ridiculous statements and agenda items, making fun of his staff, making fun of his policies, saying that he's old, decrepit, belongs at a senile or an old folks home, should be eating soup, should not have the nuclear codes, and should not be paying illegal immigrants $500,000 each. But folks, the rest of the world looks on us with respect and dignity once again. America is back.